Hey, so today is the 31st of December or New Year's Eve, and I'm not gonna be celebrating it. And here's why. I am a big procrastinator, just honestly. I tend to leave everything to the last minute, which is what we have going on today. It's just that, like, in the back of my mind, I know that I can always pull it off, but I always tend to forget how fucking stressful it tends to be and just how bad overall it is for me and my mental health. But today, it is a special occasion. I have to write my bachelor's thesis or dissertation, whatever you want to call it, because I procrastinated till the last minute. Now, I do have stuff done and it's like getting there, but the thing is that like today is the 31st. On the 4th of January, I have to like present it. So the way we have to do it is you have one presentation where you present your work. It's like mostly done but not done completely, and then the commissioners, they can be like, okay, yeah, we will pass you through or we won't pass you through. Then you have like a month to get everything done and submit your work, and then you have the final presentation where you present your completely finished work. The 3rd of January, I have the presentation part, and I'm stressed because last night I had a call with my advisor and we talked about my progress and everything, and I'm not even lying, I have like 3 pages written down of everything that she said that I have to change or add or make or whatever. So there are 3 pages with stuff that I have to do. And mind you, to do all of that, I have 2 days, because on the 2nd of January, I have to call my advisor again and we have to go through it again, so that on the 3rd of January, I can make my presentation, and on the 3rd of January, I can present everything. So it is going to be very stressful. Hence why I'm not gonna be celebrating New Year's Eve, because I have shit tons to do and it is my own fault, but it is what it is, you know? There have been so many times where I could have done this and I didn't, I chose not to. And now I have to pay for it. Yeah, I thought this would be interesting, so that as stressful as it might get in these 2 days, so that like when I'm 25 or 30, I can look back on this and be like, huh, remember when this was my biggest issue in life? So that's why I'm doing this. That's why I decided that I should probably do this. And yeah, I will keep you updated on this journey, probably like a few hours in or so. Celebrate New Year's with me, writing my dissertation. Fun times, let's go. So it's been an hour and I haven't done anything. I've been sitting here, you know, on my phone, but what I did do is I started drinking champagne, which like, it's totally not a good idea, but that's what I started to do. So yeah, currently it's almost like 3 p.m, so I should start getting my shit together and actually doing some things. So, hey, currently I'm having some issues with my statistical app that I have to use to make statistical equations for my thing. It crashes a lot. It's the like SPSS statistical thingy from IBM, if any of this makes sense to anyone. It's just very annoying. It keeps crashing, doesn't want to work with me. I need to refresh it all the time. And it's annoying because I just have one thing to do, everything else is done. I just remembered that I need to do something and I can't even do that, so that's the current situation. Man, I hate statistics. I hate it so much. you might be thinking why I look like this while I'm studying. It's because my mom made the whole family get ready for New Year's dinner and to take some photos. So that's exactly why I look like this. Hey, it's currently the next day, so it's January 1st, so Happy New Year. I'm getting some spots, but that's okay because I'm very stressed, so we will have to deal with that. I would like to explain what happened yesterday because, as you saw from the last clips, I got ready for the dinner and my mom made us take photos and everything, and that was around like 8 p.m. I think. And after that, I was just like, I should just spend some time with my family, so I did that. Then around 12, when the New Year's hit, we went outside to look at the fireworks. I had some champagne and stuff, and then I came back upstairs and I was like, I should do some work. But what I did instead was I fell asleep. So that is the situation. Currently, it's actually 3 p.m. I have too much to do. And as you can see, I'm still lying in bed because I don't want to get up, but I'm starting to realize how much I have to do and how little time I have left, so I need to pull myself together and start doing stuff. So yes, that's the update. Oh, it's been a while. I think the last update that I made was like right before I had my first initial presentation. So I was very stressed, but I did it and it actually went pretty well. I got positive feedback, so I was very, very happy about that. And then the next thing that I had to do was submission deadline for my bachelor's was on the 11th of January. And I submitted it on the 11th, and then my tutor called me, or bachelor's advisor, she called me and she's like, listen, we can't accept it because our program director, she doesn't approve of some things and she wants you to change them. And I was like, how am I supposed to do this? Because at that point it was like 8 or 9 p.m. on the 11th, which is like the deadline, right? I was like, I can't do this in 4 hours. And she's like, okay, so you have the option of submitting it tomorrow, but you will have to pay for the additional day. And I was like, okay, at this point, I don't care, I'll pay. I just want to be finished with this, right? So I ended up taking 2 days because there was a lot to do. So by this point, it's already the 13th of January. I submit my work again, get another call from my advisor, and she's like, okay, no, we can't accept because you need to do this, you need to add another 4 pages of theory, and just a lot of stuff that they were like, you need to do this. And I was like, listen, I have already paid for 2 days, and you want me to do so much work, it will probably take me another 2 days. And they were like, yeah, that's fine, as long as you pay us. And I was like, okay. So by that point, I was like so done with everything. I just couldn't handle it anymore because there was just so much. Imagine when you have been trying to submit your final work for 2 times and they still don't want to accept it, you know? It was very fucking frustrating, to say the least. Yeah, and just in general, the whole thing about adding another 4 pages to my theory was so annoying because, like, you know, you have done your theory, you have done your practical part, your statistics, everything, you have analyzed the whole thing, made your, like, conclusions, you made your recommendations, like, everything is done. And then you have to find, like, 5 more theory pages or something that you can add in, making sure that you haven't used information that you already used before. Yeah, I was going crazy at that point. So I did it, and I think I ended up submitting like 4 days later. So like on the 15th, I think, or like 14th, something like that. And they finally accepted it, and they're like, okay, yes, we accept. And then I got a call like 2 days later. They told me that I can choose the date on which I'm gonna do my final presentation, and yeah. So my final presentation was on the 29th of January. Today is the 17th of February, and as of today I have actually kind of graduated, I guess, because when I did my presentation it went well. I got good feedback as well, and the grade that I got at the end was great. All I wanted to do was pass. That's all I wanted to do, but it was great that I actually got a pretty good grade at the end. And now it's been like 3 weeks after my presentation and I still don't feel like I have graduated. I guess it has something to do with the fact that I didn't actually get a graduation like any normal human being. Because of COVID, obviously we have a lot of restrictions in our country, and we pretty much like, we can't leave the house. Well, it's not that bad, but like the only things that are open are like pharmacies, food stores, and whatnot. Like everything else is closed, so you can't really do anything. Obviously you can't make a graduation for like 50 people and all of their relatives. So our university kind of told us that they are planning our graduation for June, which is like in 4 months, I guess. Yeah, in 4 months. But everything depends on the restrictions that we will have at that point. So I'm really hoping that I do get a graduation, you know, because it's the last thing, and I would like to celebrate the fact that I actually mentally drained myself for 4 years, and yeah, that now I'm like fucked up because of that. But I will get my paper that I can put on the wall, so you know, it's all worth it, right? So yeah, just waiting for the graduation. Really hope it happens. And yeah, I feel like that's the update. I graduated. Yay. Oh, the funny part is that, you know, I wanted to drop out of uni like every 3 or 4 months, you know, for the last 4 years. I just wanted to drop out because I couldn't handle it, and there was a lot of stress and just a lot of stuff in general. But now that I have finished, right, and when I was writing my bachelor's thesis, I was like, right, this is the last thing. I am never, ever going back to uni again. Like, I'm not gonna do my master's, I'm not gonna do anything. Like, fuck that shit, because it was the most stressful time in my life. Well, bitch. After my final presentation, I think like 2 hours passed, right? I was celebrating with my family, having some champagne and whatnot, and it still didn't feel like I graduated. But after like 2 hours passed, I was on my phone texting my closest friend from my course, and we were kind of like, listen, I think I want to go to master's in September. And I was like, listen, bitch, me too. So that's the crazy part. I'm kind of considering doing my master's like in the fall time, you know, having these like 4 or 5 months off to just chill and whatnot. Like, I'm still working, but just to chill, like, because I'm so used to like having my job and having uni all together, which was very stressful. So now I'm just kind of chilling. And then yeah, I'm thinking maybe I will do my master's, but we'll see what happens, you know. Ideally, I would want to move and do my master's in a different country, but because of COVID, I don't know if that's possible, and also like how much that would cost, because it is master's, it's not just bachelor's, you know. So yeah, just a lot of stuff to think about, a lot of things to do. That's me for now. Bye.